Hello, and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land to the newest session of the Tal'Dorei campaign. Now, before we jump right into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements we have to make. Our Patreon, our media, and our sub goal. Want to join our fantastic community? Please consider going on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/GR4Sol, or you can find the link in the description below. We are more than happy to have new people jump into our games. First come, first serve for Patreon members whenever we have open slots available to us. And you get to participate in any of the one-shots at any of the tier that you are on the Patreon. In addition to that, I am offering Dungeon Master classes if you want to join at that specific tier. Where you get to sit down for a 2 to 2.5, 3 hour long class where I teach you how to run a game off of Roll20, and I answer specific questions that the previous people from the previous weeks asked me to go over during our next session. If you do join in, you will have access to our previous classes. All of them will be posted only for that tier in particular, so be sure to jump on that if you are interested and want it. But I believe that is going to be everything that we're going to promote right now. Jimmy, tell us what happened last session.
We all died.
Close.
But in reality, actually what happened, we found ourselves at the end of the Raven Queen's tome and came across basically the tome itself of the...
You can say it, Vorvik.
Well, I'm trying to think of the Raven Queen's fallen champion, and came across another one of the Raven Queen's champions in a ghost form that was looking over them. Basically, we found a feather, a locket, both believed to be of that entity, and upon taking both of those objects, leaving alone a very ominous bookcase, we made our way back to Iman and decided to contact Scanlan in this case to find out if it might be possible to get a final piece for the ritual from the Deathwalker's ward, which was the blood from that object. So a couple people went to Castle Grayskull to speak with Scanlan about it. They went. He was very begrudging in presenting the item to the group, but did ultimately give them the opportunity to pull some dried flecks of what we assume to be that entity's blood from the object. Also learned, now I'm not sure if the entire group there learned this or if it was just like one or two with the high enough perception, but came across the fact that some of the items had been taken from this hold that Vox Machina had been using to keep their more powerful vestiges items. But that being said, took the blood, had all the necessary components for the ritual, or so we think, and after that went to go perform it in one of the temples to the Raven Queen within Iman. There were a few side trips a few people took, but nothing too crazy. So performing the ritual, Jimmy, Yurik, Prissa all helped to set up and perform it. And from what we could gather upon completing this massive undertaking, it didn't kill anybody or destroy doors in, or
Big success.
We think it is working to some degree. And so with that ritual now under our belts, we have made our way to the outskirts of the Ivy Heart Thicket and are about to begin entering this domain to put a stop to Vorvik.
So, You all arrived here and you met up on Mitch's side, which I think at this point everybody has heard him referred to by Magum, because you guys are impossible at keeping secrets.
I'm pretty sure the Ayun dropped that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, she's not a big fan of secrets.
We'll just for now on refer to him as Magum, unless you're in the presence of NPCs. You all went over to his half because when you contacted Vox Machina through Scanlan again, he insisted that all of you go to a different section of the forest, a different section of the thicket to enter inside. He didn't give you an explanation, told you it's not something you need to worry about right now. So, you all got a couple of gifts, couple of treats, and a little bit of rest. And the following morning rolls around easily. It is now the day of. You know at any moment, the barrier set in place by Sarenrae will fall. As you all wake up, walking outside of the magnificent mansion that Magum provided for you, you look at the forest line, and all of you are met with a horrific sight. All over this forest, yeah, I'm time jumping you because you said you want to like play the game. Yeah. So, as you look at the horrific sight of the forest, there are twisted and contorted abominations, writhing and moving closer towards the barrier. They seem to be flocking outwards, and you can pick up glimpses of where these individuals used to be humanoids, now corrupted by foul magics that are unnatural for their beings. Some of them look similar to the creatures you once saw over at the ruins of Onoa. You see red droplets dropping from the trees, forming into gelatinous little creations, also familiar to you all. Now, off in the distance, you take note of a looming figure through the trees that it's very difficult to discern where they are. Large, empowered, who here wants to roll a d6?
Why not?
Go for it.
Yeah, Max.
This figure is familiar to many of you party members as they begin moving forward. Hulking, large, pale in skin, tattoos riddling across their body, eyes completely darkened. Massive form, dwarving all of you aside from Conoroth. To many of you that have followed the tales of this world and who spent time in Grayskull Keep, you recognize the animated form of Grog.
Oh no.
That's not good.
He's holding an axe in one hand, and as he steps forward against a tree, leaning against it, the entire tree bends under his pressure and collapses, quaking the ground around you. As if pushing open a door. What the hell is this? Magum looks at you all.
That would be Grog Strongjaw.
I am fully aware of who it is. I'm saying what?
Can I just cast Eyes of the Grave just to confirm what we know?
Yeah, he's undead.
Quick question. How far did we time jump? Like, did we just walk out of the mansion, right?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So I'm not exhausted at all now. Okay. He's a reanimated corpse.
You would think Vox Machina would take better care of their friends. All right.
Woof.
Is he just he's normal Goliath size, right?
Currently.
Okay.
Which is fucking massive.
Yep.
Yeah, which is like giant, but
So he has an axe. What else does he have equipped?
Would you like to roll a perception check?
I think I will. I mean, I'm looking for specific things, so would it be advantage?
No.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
The missing belt, the missing axe, and the missing gauntlets are all on him.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
So bad.
And how far away is he right now?
He's past the barrier, maybe 200 feet away. He seems to just be walking slowly towards this direction. Nothing is stopping him. He just pushes the trees out of the way.
The barrier is still up, right?
Currently.
Is he in the barrier or out of it?
He's in it.
Okay. Prissa will start walking her way in that direction.
Dorzen will follow.
Soul Cataroth.
so we're not going in that way, are we?
We might need to. I don't think Vox Machina would be able to handle this as much as they want to.
What do you mean?
That's their friend. That was their friend. I don't know if they'd be able to do it. And I'm basing that off of facts that I've seen. It maybe they can go through with it, but do you think they should? Do you think that they should have to put down their friend?
I mean, we don't have to go through this way. Is all I'm saying. We could find another way to go in.
Well, at some
But
point,
can we afford to let it roam free with that power he has?
What power?
Oh, those gauntlets that he has, Jimmy. Those are vestiges.
Oh.
You see these massive gauntlets lining the fingers and hands that look to be almost the size of a full-grown, giant. They seem to grip halfway up his wrists as well, and there's a rippling of just intensity around them and strain from his hands.
Well, I don't know how you kill something that's dead. And I
You
turn
hit
to
us.
Sir Uric.
well, you try to destroy it as best you can.
How close are we to the barrier, and by that also Grog?
You're only about like 60 feet from the barrier, and Grog is still slowly just moving forward. He was 200 feet from it, now he's closer.
At about like let's go. He's a Goliath. Let's go. 60 feet is a safe distance ish. Prissa will kind of call out, Grog, Strongjaw.
The eyes snap over towards you, Prissa, and you see a vacancy behind them. They're just clouded over.
Are you in there at all?
Fucks. Fucking no. He drops the axe, and the blade just stabs into the ground. You watch as he grabs a tree, rips it out of the ground, looking at the roots that go down about 5 or so feet, spins and throws it at the barrier directly at you, Prissa. Prissa, give me a wisdom saving throw.
What the fuck? Wisdom.
As you're staring at it, the tree shatters against the barrier, splintering, with only fragments landing outside of it towards you. You manage not to flee in terror and become instantly afraid of this entity. I think that is a fair assessment that he is not currently in there and that we should definitely not go near him.
You're right. But we might have to deal with him, and we could either deal with him now, or we could deal with him later, or we might have to just leave him to Vox Machina.
We're going to have to go past him anyway, at least, and
Or go through another side.
well,
It's
Orzen, were you just able to freely go like through the barrier, or did you have to was there a door or a phrase or something?
We can go in and out as we please. We are of this plane.
Would it be wise to alert Vox Machina that Grog is here?
That's what I was debating in my head.
I would rather we didn't.
We don't have time to do that.
They need to be alert to the situation at hand, not their emotions.
That is a valid point.
So it would be up to us to deal with him now or risk him interfering with us when we deal with you-know-who.
Well, we do need to let them know later, but right now, let's focus on our mission.
Prissa, you're a historian and a fangirl of them. What do you know about this person?
He's not very smart.
Like, Sir Yurik not very smart, or...
hey,
I apologize, but when dealing with the present company, you are the low man on the intellectual totem pole.
There was I believe if I remember the story right, there was a tale where he made a deal with another entity that took his soul once. Just immediately.
at least I'm not making any deals with Asmodeus.
That is a very fair assessment, and I apologize for my previous statement. Clearly, you are not the low man.
I punch Yurik.
Hey.
Sorry, as a player, Ken, I'm sorry for throwing you under the bus on that one, but it just
No, like, you know that moment from Avengers where just Hulk just whack. That's what we'll do to Yurik real quick.
Yeah.
I just block it with my shield. It's not Thor, it's Captain America.
Are you sure? Because I mean, he's got a really big attack bonus.
But
I'll roll-
anyways, yeah,
I'll
no.
roll to hit.
No. If anything, you're the Hulk in this situation. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're fucked up from that punch. But anyways, just keep in mind, if you're the Hulk, Grog is Thanos.
Oh yeah, we have to get the gauntlet off, or gauntlets.
So, if that is the situation, Krissa, why don't you hide everybody else and wander around the other direction? I may have a single trick up my sleeve that can make him believe that all of you are still here. So all of you, please stay put for roughly a minute or so.
Alright.
He begins tracing arcane runes directly in front of him. And you notice that Grog's attention rotates, staring at him, gripping the axe much more strongly. And as the weave of magic begins going up, immediately Grog breaks into a sprint, slamming against the barrier with his body and attacking it relentlessly with his axe. As slow as he was moving, there is nothing slow about this husk. There's nothing weak about it. It is an animated corpse, and that is the only resemblance of undead that you can tell right now. However, after the spell goes off, you all notice that there is a mirrored image of each of you in front of yourselves. Very slightly larger than you all. Alright, Prissa. I created the fake yous. Can you hide all of yous?
So I'm trying to mentally count in my head real quick of how many we have. Because it's either going to be a big invisibility 6, so it's either going to be a high level invisibility, or I'm going to have to major image here.
He just made your image to make you all appear like you are there in front of yourselves.
We also have Storm and Bastion and Cole, don't we?
Cole's not here.
No.
Cole is not here.
Bastion isn't either because we teleported.
Yeah.
So just Storm.
Just Storm. So yeah, 7. Storm.
Yeah. So if he wants me to hide us, then I'm gonna have to use my flash recall to just quickly make, instead of doing high level invisibility, I'm gonna switch out to another major image.
Okay.
And it's gonna be the usual tactic where it's so he's got the major image of us, and now I'm gonna make the little camouflage.
You put the green screen in front of all of the real yous.
Yes.
And because of your malleable illusion, you just move with it, no problem. Alrighty. He looks at all of you. So, excuse me if I do fear for my own life in this scenario, but if you do not hear back from me, James, you can find my, house, correct?
Are you talking about the one that's up north of the Falcone estate?
Yes.
I remember it.
Very good. If you do not hear back from me after the end of all of this, feel free to go up there. Do with it what you please. I ask that you burn down anything that, well, would lead to me.
If it's all fair, if it's readable, I'd probably read it before burning it.
That is perfectly fine. You have my blessing to read through anything, as long as you destroy it afterwards. So, Krissa, you begin moving with your major illusion.
I mean, is Magum coming with us right now, or is he staying behind?
No, he's staying.
All right. Before we leave, Krissa just gonna go to him. Magum, thank you so much for all your help. You've been a real good friend. Stay safe, okay?
You as well, Prissa.
All right, everyone, let's get going.
quietly, if anything.
All right, everybody, stealth checks.
Oh no, we have disadvantage, Yurik.
Mm-hmm. And I have a -1 on the check.
That's a good start. 6. All right, 17.
No, 1.
Does the major image cancel out our disadvantage?
No, it gives you opportunity.
Oh, okay.
6 plus 1 plus 15 plus 5 plus 18 plus 3.
3.
To be fair, we are like 60 feet away, so that does maybe
Sure,
help.
sure.
And Grog, doesn't he have a pretty low wisdom?
You have no idea.
Then
Don't
dead.
bother
No.
looking up his stats, because I have my own.
This is his DM world.
We're on Jiro's wild ride.
Yep.
So the
That's what
party
makes it
stealth
fun.
was 8. So I think that means even Jimmy would notice you all walking away.
Yeah.
His attention wanes over towards your illusion and kind of tilts his head and continues his onslaught against the barrier. As you all are walking away, you do hear the very perpetual slamming against it heavily. And, well, those of you with the higher passives in the party notice that the barrier begins rippling periodically, as if it's waning under the force of his attacks.
We should hurry.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. You all continue moving forward. Which direction are you heading? Northwards is Vox Machina. Southwards, you will hit a mountain range after a mile or two. Or, sorry. Yeah, like 10 miles or so.
Probably
I'd
south
say
and
south.
towards the center, since Vox Machina said don't go north.
And
Just
south
out of-
is closer to where we need to go.
As long as it's outside of Grog's visual and stuff range.
Sure.
We'd get out of that within a mile.
Yeah. Oh, well, actually,
If we're entering a forest, I can't.
if you enter the forest, you're on the outskirts of it right now.
Also,
You're not
it's
allowed
hard
to enter in yet.
It's hard to see someone a mile away.
It is, unless you have a bear totem barbarian with, I think, eagle? You know,
That's
if he's
eagle.
that.
I think that's eagle totem.
Good
Well,
thing
well,
he's
it's a-
not.
Yeah.
He's a totem warrior, that much you know. Krissa would know. You all continue sneaking around, and after you've walked for the full length of the major image, it finally ends 10 minutes later. And you all are about a mile away or so. You continue moving, or are you comfy here?
Let's just keep moving more.
Ace, you being the last one with the very high perception in the party. Or sorry, Dorzen and Ace. Yeah. You two notice the rippling across the barrier. It's vibrating even this far away.
Guys, I have an idea here. Well, I'm not confident in my stealth skills, as you may have noticed earlier, and let's assume the worst. If this, well, undead Grog were to follow us, how about we circle around and make it inside the thicket? We can sort of follow our tracks and, well, I think the best we can do is lead him into the thicket again.
All I know is the barrier is still shimmering even at this distance from his attacks.
Right.
I don't know if we have the time left.
And the barrier's weakening, and plus he's hitting it with his vestige.
We might not
Yep.
have time to circle around back.
No, fair
That
enough.
being-
I just
That being the
thought I'd-
case, I need 10 minutes real quick. Sorry, it's... And Prissa's gonna begin casting a spell.
So you all stop.
What are you going to do, Prissa? Just tell us before we stop. Sort of.
I'm going to try to maybe help us in case... I'm casting something that might be useful later.
This stretches for 1 mile.
And with Malleable Illusion, I can move it with me.
Oh, okay.
I'll say in order to move it 1 mile, you have to take another 10 minutes to move it across.
Oh, now you give me those limitations. Shit.
It takes 10 minutes to cast in the first place. Usually to move the things with you, it's not just slowly, constantly moving. You have to reform it to the terrain as that shifts. You don't create new terrains, you create the alteration of what the terrain looks like and exteriors to it. It takes time to do all of that. Even you are not that amazing.
Why don't we oh sorry, I sounded like Yurik for a minute. Or, why don't we just make ourselves invisible?
You will move it a mile ahead in 10 minutes, but it's every mile you move, you wait 10 minutes to do so.
Because I was thinking that I would keep the illusion up as it would basically be the terrain as it is right now, but then when I need it, Malleable Illusion to change it.
Yes, but you have to move the limitations of where the actual illusion is placed. Currently, it is placed on 316 trees, 17 rocks, and 42 different holes. When you move it, that shifts over to 47 trees, 116 rocks, and 12 holes. You have to make it shift to that terrain.
Alright.
It takes not just a fleeting thought to do that.
Well, I wish I had known that before I took this.
It's still an insanely good spell. It's
It's a
just
really
not
good spell.
broken and
it's not
game breaking.
concentration.
Yeah, and it's 10 days that you get to do this.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, oh, by the way, when she finishes a spell, nothing looks different at all.
Yeah.
I'm done. We should get moving again.
Everyone, a mile into the woods.
Alrighty. You all walk over to the barrier. Who's the first one to step inside?
Dorzen.
And Prissa.
Then Kenara.
So,
Dorzen, are you
first
on-
one is Conrad Doors in Prissa.
We're racing.
Clarification, Prissa, are you on the saddle?
Yes.
Okay.
Quick question, Jero, too. Since because of that limitation, then would it be all right to say that I started we're at the edge of the mile diameter, and so we have a mile ahead of.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Dorzen, you might, if you're gonna be leading us through, take the eyeglass back. Let me imbue it. There you go.
Think. You put your glasses on.
No, it's a little eye spyglass.
Oh, okay. So you have to hold it with one hand.
This monocle is attaching to my goggles.
There you go.
Think of it like you put it up to your eye for a moment and then you take it away and there's a black ring there that magically lets you
ink.
see.
Ink. Gotcha. So now you're spot. So yes, Dorzen and Conrath, since the two of you are practically the first ones that move through, since Prissa is slightly behind Dorzen. Dorzen, immediately as you enter in, I need a charisma saving throw.
No. Not good at that. It has nothing to do with charm, right?
No.
15.
The moment you step through the barrier into this terrain that you are a little familiar with, you feel the presence of Vorvik connect to you immediately. You feel a pull in a direction that he is. And you hear his voice enter your mind. Oh, is today the day?
Yes.
One of us ends?
And becomes something more.
Dozen, are you okay? You just said.
He knows we're coming.
So, I assume you've brought those people you care about?
My comrades.
You are aware I cannot go easy on them either.
We are aware.
It is a shame. I would have liked to have a brother. Then come to me. I will clear the doorways. Excuse the agents that lurk here. It is for my own safety. Those that have chosen to follow me instead. And those that I need against my enemies. Everyone else steps through. Ready. As you all begin moving through, what pace are you moving?
Whatever pace allows Prissa to keep that thing going.
Every 10 minutes, she has to stop in order to reform everything.
That
Does
being
she have to
said,
stop? She's sitting on Dorzen, though.
that's true.
She could focus on...
All right, then Prissa is actively doing nothing else than focusing on the spell as it continues moving. That is perception, that is spellcasting, that is self-awareness, that is anything else. She is focusing on the illusion, moving
Right,
through the area.
And one thing that she would be doing for that illusion too is making it so wherever the party's walking is not difficult terrain at all. It just,
Hooray! Horse works.
You all enter into the forest line, and immediately as you pass into it, within a couple of breaths, you start noticing your breath in front of your face. For this season, it is very, very cold here. Very cold. Konaroth, of course, you feel comfortable in this weather. Everyone else, however, it is a little frigid, a little chilly as of now. You continue walking through. Somebody's typing. Can you mute yourself?
sorry.
You begin moving through, looking at the hulking trees above you, the beautiful red wood attached to them, utilized by all of the people here in Tal'Dorei. Realizing the thicket's extent and vastness inside. You come across one or two carts in here that seem completely broken, thrown asunder. And as you begin moving, you periodically hear the screams and cry for help from further away. Ace and Dorzen. After walking for about an hour through the thicket, the two of you look up to the sky and both notice the yellow scale barrier disintegrating.
Ace kind of waves and points up.
Shit.
Oh no.
As it does this, you all hear a large storm starting to roll in, directly above the thicket. The sky darkens, clouded, and moisture begins filling the air. You all hear a voice simultaneously. It seems to be emanating from the trees themselves all around you. So, your deity's power has begun waning, as it did all those years ago, as they always do. I offer you all one opportunity. Stop. Lay down your weaponry and live. My fight is with none of you. None of you soldiers. None of you acolytes. My fight is with her.
I've never heard this voice before. Who's there?
That's the one we're trying to stop, Jimmy.
But where are they? I'm like
Um,
looking around the trees, like trying to find the origin.
He must have cast magic mouth on all the trees, Jimmy, like he did in the rainforest.
Jimmy like walks in front of a tree and then another tree. No, I don't think that's it. Can you hear us?
You all are currently being pelted with freezing cold, rain, and little bits of sleet. Again, Konaroth, you're perfectly comfortable in this environment. Everyone else, however, it is going to be very taxing on you to deal with this weather. Unless you have an item that gives you resistance to cold.
I have a winter wolf hide. Can I just wear that?
That'll help you a little bit.
I still have the cloak that I wore when we crossed
the
the
mountains?
mountains earlier.
That too will also help you a little bit.
And
Prissa's
my
gonna
Yes,
my
Prissa?
bugs are on the wrong character.
Yeah.
Prissa's gonna take a deep breath, and then kind of around the party, some archways are going to begin to stop the sleet and rain from hitting them.
So you just keep opening more and more archways around you all?
Yeah, it kind of you know those video games where like the pathway just suddenly appears in front of you,
Yeah.
even though it's like an endless void. It's kind of like that, except it's just something to cover us while we're walking, and then it ends when it's not.
How far away is this place?
Can I judge that via this tether?
Give me a survival check.
Forget the tether. You've been there, Doors.
That's also
He was
true, right?
in and out of it when he was... Well, when he came in from
was
this
there
side.
before.
Yeah.
They drugged him, you know.
Yeah,
They
it's,
just
it's a survival check to know. He went in the first way, and now he's going in the other way. 21. By your estimate, probably only 15 miles from where you currently are. Not really that bad. Just matters what's between you and all of them. That's at least 150 minutes Brissa is focusing on moving the illusion.
Yep.
Everyone keep your wits about you. We got a bit of a walk.
You hear his voice yet again. Those of you that listen to me are welcomed. Open arms. I swear to you that you do not have to die today. You all discern that some people that are currently battling on the outskirts of the thicket have agreed to him.
Ooh.
I will say he has a very charismatic voice, even if it's kind of scary.
And Jero, I'm gonna say if we're using the downtime to give Prissa the opportunity to recast her terrain, I'm going to perpetually keep up the magic fly.
Okay.
Oh, we found a way around that actually. As long as she only focuses on that spell, we're moving at a normal pace.
All right, then I don't have the magic fly. I'm not gonna. We're not
It's still mile every 10 minutes, but that is what it is. So, do you beeline it directly towards the entryway that you feel tethered to, Dorzen?
Yes. Via his own words, if I'm understanding him, we don't fuck with his agents, they'll leave us alone, if I'm understanding what he said.
That's not what he said at all.
That's not what he said. Okay.
He said, "Excuse them, I apologize."
Oh, okay, so they'll do things he just wants to apologize.
He's welcoming for you to walk right in.
Yep.
That being the case, for one thing too, is once we start getting to kind of the tree area sort of thing, like Prissa remembers from last time, you know, those little hidey holes and stuff. So when we get into that sort of mile radius of those trees and stuff, she puts a she basically makes those trees actual trees on the outer layer. There's no entrance or anything. It's just
Trapping anyone who might be hiding within.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
I like
As
this plan. I'm happy to
as-
be a part of it.
As well as if any of them are got the still drippy stuff, there's probably going to be like an outer layer covering that tree to kind of
Guys,
yeah.
I tested the trees and the rocks. There are no voices. I swear.
Good job, Jimmy.
I whispered
job,
to him
it's-
telepathically, "Are you sure about that?"
Guys, somebody. No, if it's in Yurik's voice, I know his voice.
Yeah. It's just Yurik is so far away.
I turn back and I kind of like narrow my focus, like
What?
not cool, man.
So, as you all are walking through, you do see up ahead there is a cluster of these malformed monstrosities, previously humanoid, that have been altered by the magics here in the thicket and by Vordvik.
That's unpleasant.
Dorzen, you notice Jimmy's kind of like touching your back pocket a little bit. Literally the pocket on your back.
What?
It's just putting something away. I don't have enough room. I was giving you
Insight,
something.
Jimmy.
Since
But
I'm
no,
on-
he immediately rescinded the lie he was even attempting.
Yeah.
I was about to ask if I could see it, but I forgot. I'm focused on the spell.
You are doing absolutely nothing but focusing on the spell.
You see in his hand the pocket watch that he has, and he just like says it'll do better in here, and he slips it into your pack, and I will message you that.
Alrighty. So you all see a cluster of them not terribly far away from you. What are you doing?
Rissa, could you block them off?
Yeah, I actually do want to try something with this. And what Chris is going to do is she's going to make a. Wait, what? I'm seeing that you shake your head, Ace.
Just
but-
remember, you can't do anything but the illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, I can still change it though. If there's
Yes.
in the-
Take 10 minutes
okay.
to alter it to break off the pathway.
Well, it's the 10 minutes to move it. You said, right? I can still malleable illusion change things. Correct.
Yes.
All right. In that case, I'm going to try something. I'm going to encircle them with a let's go with 20, 30-foot wall, and then the ground that they're standing on is going to change to lava or
Okay.
magma.
Well, the moment you begin trying to alter this terrain that they are standing upon, their attention becomes very aware of you, as it is not a subtle thing to just manipulate everything. They snap their attention towards the rest of the party, and I'm going to place you all onto the map.
Even through a 30-foot wall.
You begin trying to alter the terrain, as I stated, and they are aware that something is happening and notice your party, which is not currently stealthing.
We got places to be. Ain't no time for no stealth.
Yep. There's a reason I ask you all questions.
I'm
sorry,
stealthing
I
behind my shield as we
misunderstood.
walk.
It's all good. It's all good.
Today is a good day to cry.
Today is a good day to fry.
Ooh.
Today's not a good day to lie, though.
Bring you all over to the forest. Would you all like to roll me initiative, please?
Nah.
Like or will we?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my bad rolls from yesterday are continuing.
I missed my Pathfinder character with a plus 27 to initiative.
Jesus. Pathfinder?
Yeah.
Ugh. That sounds as broken as a rogue with the passive. I think it goes up to 32. Yeah. That's broken.
Alrighty, so... Krissa, what's your dexterity bonus?
+3.
You will be going before them.
These names are right out of Silent Hill.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 plus 3. There we go. So, as you've all begun moving through this area, and Krissa has begun trying to shape a wall around them, it is not an instantaneous effect that just the wall appears out of nowhere. You are moving and manipulating the illusion to begin wrapping around them in slow increments. That's why it takes 10 minutes. You're moving it slowly. However, you are the first.
I guess I should ask then, since it's a combat situation, how long will it take me to do what I want to do with it?
Each alteration you are making is going to take an action. So I wall one area, that'll be one action. I wall around them, that will be 2 action.
A lava floor.
Yeah.
You're third.
So
You are not a
and that-
god in the world.
It's still really
mean-
powerful with your malleable, but geez.
Yeah, you
No,
you just
that's-
aren't a god.
Not a god yet.
but I want to be. No.
Don't give me that
Alright,
complex.
but no, if that's the case, then Prissa would at least know that sort of limitation. So I mean, if only one area for like how much would I be? How much is the area I can cover?
I'd say you have 30 feet of area that you can alter with one action.
30-foot square?
No, 30-foot area. If you're trying to completely wall and encase, that is much more than just wall. Your wall and circle, that's why it's 2 action.
Well, no, because what I'm basically trying to ask here is, what I'm basically trying to do, I should say, is if I can't do this as instantaneously broken as I wanted, I would like to at least put lava in front, between us and them.
Okay, now let me reread that
All
spell
of
real
them,
quick.
hopefully. I can repost it if you want.
Thank you.
Give me a second.
Okay, so you are aware the lava is not real lava that hurts them, it's just difficult terrain.
And it still feels like lava though too, so it should.
But it doesn't
Technically.
actually hurt them. On sentient creatures, it's super effective, but on creatures that just ache to do things, nothing in the spell says that it actually hurts people, kind of like Phantasmal Force. You will take damage from Phantasmal Force, it specifies that. This is just difficult terrain.
Well, it's also how it depends on how it's interpreted, but yeah, at least if it's difficult terrain, that's something to help.
Okay.
Makes sense because it's illusion.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's illusion, but it maintains all the sight, smell, feel of whatever the terrain
Correct,
is getting.
and against a sentient creature, that is really effective. But against a creature that has no form of sentience, it's not.
They're just hungry. They're going for it.
But anyways, in preparation for this, here we go. Alrighty, so that's 20. $30. That's 30 feet. Do you want it on diagonal or something? Do you want them standing on top of it already or impeding them from getting to you?
I want it to impede them as best as it can from getting to the party.
Okay, so kind of in front of them, but on the diagonal before they get to you.
Yeah.
Okay. That was your action. Anything else?
No, I can't do anything.
Ready.
Isn't there sunlight out? Or is it coming?
No, there's no sunlight. Rain. Clouds.
There's the clouds.
Narration.
No, I knew that, but it was still like early in the morning, so I didn't know if you know how like sunlight can go through rain sometimes.
Sometimes.
Not today.
Not today. So first up is going to be the lonely.
And only the lonely can play.
So, as you've thrown up that little area of lava that will impede upon them from cressing over you, you watch as this creature and this creature over here begin waning side to side, crying hysterically on the edges of themselves, and pull their arms back and cast them out with meat-like hooks sailing towards your party. Ace, one towards you. Conoroth, the other towards you. Ace, 21 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. As the hook-like arm goes flying towards you, you deflect it off the side using your shield. Conoroth, 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. That is going to be 21 piercing damage. You are now grappled.
Mm-hmm.
And you are getting pulled all the way up towards the creek. But it'll keep you like 10 feet away. 15 feet away. That sounds good. Oh shit, no it won't. This one doesn't pull you closer. Never mind. So you stay right there, you suffer that damage. And next, it is going to use... It's Wayne. Would you like to give me a wisdom saving throw, Conoroth?
Oh,
No.
sure. I'll give it. Not gonna like it.
That'll be 18 points of psychic damage against you, and you are reeled in 30 feet. 10, 20.
You said 18?
Yep, right up to it. Now it is the hungry turn.
Actually, that does remind me too. On that note, with Noise and say asking about sunlight, I did make, it's still illusionary lava, but it still produces the amount of light from a lava flow, or light from lava, something, right?
Sure, you can see. $5, 15, 25, 30. Oop, that's one too many. Yeah, no, it can move like that. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. Alrighty. That's going to be... Actually, no. It'll continue lurching forward. 10, 25. And as it looms over top of all of you, it lets out this horrific wail and cry towards each of you. I would like all of you within 5 feet of this creature to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
Okay, you all take half damage. As it lets out this horrific cry, your ears begin bleeding a little bit. All of you suffer 22 points of necrotic damage, halved down to 11. Jimmy, your turn.
Yeah, I don't see Ouch on the map. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
Blop. There he is. Hey, buddy. Okay, Ouch. Assault protocol. Take out the big one, please. And he is going to fire a arcane shot at the big boy.
Okay.
9.
That hits.
16 force damage, pushes it 5 feet in the opposite direction. And as soon as that shot fires, I'm going to wait for it to reel back with my firearm and ignite it with the wand. So, combustion shot coming. Same target, 15.
15 misses. The second one shoots over towards this creature as its mouth opens and just chomps on top of the combustion that doesn't seem to harm it from the inside of its body.
Okay, going to turn back to Kanaroth. He got dragged, correct?
Yeah.
I'll make my way over that way and have Ouch interpose himself. Keep in mind, he's a tiny creature, so I mean, it's not gonna matter. He could probably be stepped over, but he's gonna move that way. That's it.
Alrighty. Now it is the Lost turn. 10, 20, 30. Same distance for them. Okay. They are both going to run forward, not sensing any type of edibleness to your contraption. They are just running around and swarming you all. Ace, it is now your turn.
Oh, why are the ones I want to attack always? Okay, I'm going to use Hypnotic Pattern. I'll type it in the thing.
Jero, is the one on the south, is he going to be moving out of his opportunity attack range for Ouch?
Ouch is a melee attacker?
He has a melee attack called Force Strike.
Then yes.
There you go, 27.
That hits.
Ooh.
Damaging.
For that 1d4 plus, I just take the 9 to make things simple.
9. It's 1d4 plus 2.
Plus my proficiency according to the.
Oh, okay. So 9.
Yep.
Gotcha.
All right, so I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern on the 2 that are over near Kanroth. It's a 30-foot cube. So just putting it so it affects the 2 that are to the left of Kanroth.
Okay, so what is that? A wisdom save?
It is Wisdom, yes.
19 from this one. And 17?
17 does not, 19 does.
Alrighty. So this one is staring at the pattern. All done?
And then I say, Sir Urek, I am with you from now until the end. And I'll toss him a inspiration.
Jero, it does say ranged weapon. Take that off. Sorry. 9 damage to the threat.
Thank you. Alrighty, Sir Urek, your turn.
I respond with an aw and cast Wall of Fire.
Where?
I'm going to let's see, just marking it. So it'll be going from here and up there, and I guess down there, and emanating outwards, so towards the lava.
Yeah, geometry for a win.
There should be like an easy way to mark things like this in Roll20.
There should be, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of did it with that orange. You can do an orange line tool and just drop it on the map.
Yeah, but this looks
Yeah, I
cooler.
suppose.
It
Yeah.
does.
So you can delete that orange line tool.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, wrong button. Like that.
Yep. And they get a reflex save at DC 18.
All right, when it appears, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Dexterity save, because we played this game.
Isn't it also when they start their turn in it?
Just roll the spell for me so we can
Yep.
not theorycraft, just do. Nope, okay.
There is no theorycraft. Only do.
Create the wall of fire. You make up to it the duration. When the wall appears, each creature makes the dex save or suffer damage. One side of the wall selected by you can be firing and harmful. A creature first time on a turn or ends its turn there. It ends its turn, not starts its turn. But anyways, right now, this guy failed. They're 19 points of damage.
It's actually 21 because 1 becomes a 2 for me.
Thank you.
I have
21
no
points of
penalty.
damage. Thank you, thank you. That didn't make sense to me for like a solid 2 seconds. The other lonely also failed. And then the big guy, oh, he's successful. So 21 halved is 11.
Yep. Well, if you round up.
Yeah, I always round up on all damage.
Right.
It works the same way for you and enemies.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that was your action. Anything else?
I pull out my sword and, well, can't really do anything else effective, so yeah, just
All right.
stay put there.
Doors in, your turn.
Yep. Bonus action. Fighting spirit.
Advantage.
Myself. Advantage and 5 temporary hit points.
Yep.
I'm going to attack. I believe this was the Lost above me.
Okay.
All 3 of my attacks.
Go for it. You
Oh,
now have
five.
triple attack.
Yep. Yeah, I do. All right. Beginning of the end, buddy. Let's do this.
Welcome to the club.
21 hits. 14 bludgeoning, 3 fire. So 17. Ooh. Looking a little hurt.
Attack number 2.
29 hits. For 12. Alrighty, it's hurt.
Swing number 3. Natural 20.
That hits.
If only it was awakened, I could have potentially turned it to ash.
Yeah. Although you might just do that anyways.
Wow.
So what's that? 28 points. That's exactly its hit points. Wow.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 28. I'm not even lying. Like Ogan can type about it. Yeah. So as you whack, you kind of rip the maul against the flames from the wall of fire and utilize those to smash up into the stomach of this creature, which completely disintegrates.
Can I use my movement to just move up here then? Alright. Gotta get these guys in sentinel range.
Honorath, the one in front of you is, I believe, restrained or incapacitated, staring at the pretty lights.
All right. So that means has he let me go as a result?
No, you're hooked. The hook, you're a fish on a hook. It's not a hold, it's a hook.
Okay. Let's do this. Bonus action, wolf out.
Work.
Orc, yes. And yeah, I'm going to then try to break out of this grasp.
Okay, use your athletics check. That is your action.
Yep.
Yeah, you just grab it as it's kind of like sinking through your arm and rip it out from you.
Turn around and I easily.
The tree is... Oh no, Prissa already said she's removing all difficult terrain from you guys, so you just...
So that's 35.
Yep.
40, 45, 50, 55.
Okay.
To flank with this guy.
Okay. All done, Conorath?
Yeah.
Okay. Please give me a dexterity saving throw. Sir Yurik, would you mind rolling your damage again?
I forgot.
Yeah, it's on the map. Like, it's...
No, but
And
you
now
didn't
I
have the
roll like
arrows.
perfectly.
Yourself there.
You didn't have the
I meant-
arrows pointing in the right
Yeah.
direction.
All right,
You didn't-
half damage. You're right. I assumed the fire was facing the side not of the party. Everyone else give me dex saves. Like, why argue? Like, half damage.
So that's
No, I'm just.
Half of 32, 16.
I mean, made a deal with the devil.
Yeah.
You
he's
think
like,
it would go when
I
fire
wonder what it's
resistance?
gonna be like when I go there.
You think I get fire resistance from
help
it?
you.
But no.
Jimmy and Canaroth are spitting images of characters with high intelligence that don't always use their brains.
So that is your turn,
It
Conoroth.
is.
Prissa, your turn.
We should probably go deal with the one over there. And Prissa's gonna try to make this a bit more trivial by she's going to cast Wall of Force.
Yeah.
Around, specifically shaping it around the creatures while they're in the wall of fire.
Oh, that's good. That's really
So,
good.
exoskeleton to the fire.
Pretty much, and it's preventing them from going away from it or going towards us.
What's Prissa's
also,
color? Red?
Let's go pink.
Pink? Okay, I got it.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be an invisible wall of force, but
Yeah, but we need to see the invisible wall of force so we know where it is.
and also I will say that she also did it so to prevent Canaroth from getting burnt more, to like the way she shaped it, because
Yeah, because it's.
So
however
you
wanna-
separate Conoroth from the enemies themselves, quartering him off in your wall of force.
yes, and I also separate us from the wall of fire and the enemies as well. So I've trapped these enemies inside.
Okay, so you trap the enemies against the wall of fire, and you're trapping yourselves off from the enemies.
Something like this, Prissa?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm shaping it like a weird thing like that.
Oh wow, that's holy shit, they can't move.
Yeah, and they're stuck in a wall of fire.
Yep.
Oh, that's really
I
good.
think wall of force, if I am correct.
Or at an angle.
Yeah. I'm getting there. Force pointed, horizontal barrier, floating, resting, solid surface, form it into hemispherical dome or a sphere with a radius of up to 10 feet, or you can shape a flat surface.
Made up of 10.
And this is not an illusion, so you can't malleable it.
No, I cannot.
All right,
Made up
so
by-
you're just boxing them in.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
So
They can't get to
Conoroth
us
is in there with them.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you can't malleable it. They're
Well,
in
I
there.
was hoping it would be like I could do angle like that kind of thing with it, but
Yeah, because it's 10.
It's not angles. It is a circle. It is supposed to be a circle, a dome.
Or
and that
10.
So it's kind of like you're trying to get bugs on your table underneath a bowl without getting your mouse in there. The mouse is right next to them. You can't really like segregate the mouse unless you want to move the dome and get some of your other party members on the other side of the fire in there.
in that case, can I just change it real quick? Instead of getting a weird thing with boxing Canaroth in the wall of fire, can I just dome the big one and keep that one trapped in the wall of fire?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Hooray.
He can't get to us, we can't get to him, but he's stuck in there with the fire to deal with.
Okay. That's your turn?
Fun.
Yeah, that would be my turn.
Lonely's turn. I think the one gets a saving throw at the end of its turn, correct?
It is. Let me check it again.
Well, regardless, it failed. The other one, however, is going to loom closer. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey.
Hi. How does a 19 feel
Against me or ouch?
against you?
Oh, against me, shield.
Shield, so 19 misses. The hand throws cast line at you, and you bing throw up a shield behind you. The second one's a natural 20.
Nice.
Alrighty.
How far away is it?
From you,
Oh yeah.
50 feet.
Yeah, no matter.
Alrighty.
Wording clear.
So, natural 20 is going to be minus 36. 39 points of piercing damage. Yep, 39 points of piercing damage. Unfortunately, it already used its other attack, so you're just harpooned from this distance, Jimmy. You are grappled. The Hungry, as it is inside of this fire, is looking around. Very. Oh, wait, sorry. Dorzin, Konorath, Sir Yurik, I need the three of you to give me wisdom saving throws. Failure, success, success. That is going to be 22 points of necrotic damage against Konorath, 11 against Dorzin, 11 against Sir Yurik. Konorath, during your next turn, your attacks are at disadvantage. Okay. As this creature, and you are stuck around its aura, you start feeling ravenous and slightly out of control over yourselves. You're trying to reach out towards any type of thing that you can hurt, but your mind isn't focused enough. For you, Konorath, it is very dangerous.
Is this coming from the large one?
Yes, it is.
Through the wall of force?
All creatures within 5 feet of it.
Oh, okay.
And I assume Ouch is immune to necrotic.
Not necrotic, no. Just conditions.
Wisdom save then.
Wisdom save for Ouch. Oh, yeah. 6.
Okay, he also suffers 22 points.
Of necrotic?
Yes, and he's under the same effect.
What's the effect?
Disadvantage on all attacks it makes.
Is it a condition or no? Just effect?
No, it's just an additional effect. Alrighty.
Light it up with fire.
Roll your damage. I'll give it a dex save. Because it can't do anything except smash against the fire.
I have to roll a constitution check.
Yes. Alright, you're good. You're good. Well, it failed its dex save. Also, your damage, Sir Yurik?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it is on fire.
I'm on bloody fire.
Yeah, Wall of Fire, Wall of Force combo is pretty good.
Yeah.
21 points of fire damage. Okay.
Maybe we should do this to
22.
him.
22. Thank you. Jimmy, your turn.
I'm going to turn at the one who has me hooked, and
This one.
I'm going to start taking aim at it as my gun's going to overheat and fire a series of shots.
Go for it.
Here we go. Overheat. First attack. Second attack. Third attack.
Second and third hit.
All right. So that is 6 plus 7 plus 1d8.
Yep.
15 fire damage.
Okay. 15 points of fire damage. Not bad, not bad.
And bonus action, ouch, buddy, I need a little help here. He's going to move 5, 10, 15, and fire at the one who has me hooked.
For it.
Knock its block off, buddy. There we go. 16.
Just barely hits.
Disadvantage.
Yes, disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay, one more.
You have to roll a 6. All right, yeah, you hit. 10 force damage.
And knocked 5 feet back.
Bing. Jimmy.
Am I cool?
Yeah, just 5 feet,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, it's trial and error with this guy. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Now it is going to be the only lost who is still alive's turn. Sir Yurik, I would like you to give me an opposed athletics check, please.
Is it attacking him?
Yes, it is. It is
Sentinel.
hugging it with its body.
I activate Sentinel. That gets me a reaction attack on it.
Grapple is a replace of one of your attacks, so I will count it as an attack. Go for it.
Hooray. Oh, that was so close.
Actually. Yeah, that misses. Just barely.
Darn.
So, Sir Yurik, would you like to roll me an athletics check, please?
You can add your inspiration on that for 10 more
that's
if you
true.
want.
Jimmy,
up
a
to you.
little help?
But can I, dude? I'm getting yanked this way.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm paying attention.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's not a d6, it's a d10.
Sorry, buddy.
I think that's Prissa's magic missile.
Yeah, it's Prissa.
Sorry, I was.
So
Sure. That's fine.
the inspiration is D10, right?
If you
Correct.
choose to use it.
If you choose to use it, it's
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah, fuck it.
No?
Yeah, I'll use it.
All right, 10. That is going to be a loss. In addition to that, all creatures that start their turn within 5 feet of it, so Dorzan, Sir Yurik, and Konorath, wisdom saves.
Fantastic. That's my best save.
Oh, I apologize. I was looking at the wrong sheet. Sorry. I keep going through the same sheets because they're all labeled the, and then moving from there. Ignore the wisdom save portions. Okay, so it embraces you. You suffer 25 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
You are now grappled by the creature. And you are now frightened by the creature. Okay. So 25 piercing, yada, 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 yada. And now that you are in this state, it is going to wrap its spiked arms and sink them into your back. That is a 20 to hit.
Miss.
Alrighty. As the arms try penetrating through you, you look back at your adamantine armor that was refitted perfectly, and they're just digging, trying to stab inside, kind of like a crab, like grabbing at you to shove you into the hulking mouth in its chest.
And this is the Constitution save. Yeah.
Ready? Ace.
Yes, so the one that is over by that attack Jimmy.
Oh,
the
I
one that's-
apologize. I
oh,
apologize. I apologize. Dexterity save, roll your damage. Because we are getting your fire damage in there. 21 points of damage against it. Okay. So that hurt it a little bit. However, you suffer 18 points of psychic damage as you feel its tight embrace continues pulling you closer to it. Kind of, it's trying to claw its way away from the pain.
Okay.
So give me another
18?
con save. Yeah, 18.
Let's see.
I think at this point you can't possibly fail this. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Now, Ace, your turn.
Okay, so the and then just for clarification on the hypnotic pattern, they just get the one save at the beginning.
It's at the beginning of the turn,
No, just one save, and then
and
if they
they're
fail
stuck for a minute. Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, there's
so-
no still duration or damage.
Okay.
The other one that attacked Jimmy, that's not in the hypnotic pattern. I'm going to attempt my vicious mockery. Oh, won't you die already? It's bad enough to have to deal with the real people who are insane.
Psychic damage.
And
Well, it failed. Unfortunately, however,
I was worried about this.
yeah, the creature doesn't. It's already crying. It's very emo. It is lonely. Your insults don't seem to affect it more than its own self-loathing. However, because of the spell, it still has disadvantage on its next attack.
All right, that's good. That's
Yeah.
the main thing I
Yeah,
wanted anyway.
it just doesn't suffer damage from.
I'll give it a compliment next time. And then bonus action, I say to Jimmy, they say it's better to light a candle than curse the darkness. I say it's better to light your foe on fire and let him do the cursing. And toss Jimmy a inspiration.
Yeah, what he said.
Sir Yurik, and I am trying to move through the round just a little faster so we can get to Prissa before she has to leave. He has to leave.
Yeah, I'm using athletics to try and get out of the grapple. and
Okay.
I'll use Human Determination to get advantage.
Alrighty.
So it's 23.
Okay. You are successful. Very successful.
And that's my action, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to, let's see, I'll take a 5-foot step back. And,
Attack of opportunity! It will
And,
try to
I'm going
embrace
to-
you again.
I'm going to use the cloak, no, I mean the hood, the bonus action to assault the creature with the,
Okay.
so if it has a wisdom of 19 or lower, then it gets disadvantage.
If. But anyways, does a 22 hit you currently?
Nope.
No? Okay. It tried to grab you again, it just failed. So what damage does it take?
It doesn't take any damage. It just gets a disadvantage on saves against my spells and effects. And
You
Oh,
all
dear.
watch as Sir Yurik focuses at the creature, and the creature, after it was just ripped off of him, kind of just slumps to one knee, rolling its head and looking very, very distorted and confused.
Nice job, Professor X.
All done?
that's my turn.
Dorzen, your turn.
Dorzen will use his action to dash up to the creature that's holding Jimmy.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Chris is still on your Dozen's back, so should.
Yep.
can-
I got you. Stop moving. Dash, 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 dash. All done?
Yep, that's everything I can do.
Conaroth!
All right.
Your attacks are
Uh,
at disadvantage, sir.
All right. 5 to get out of the wall of fucking fire,
Good call, good call.
and I'm gonna hit him.
Kill it till it dies. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah. All right.
Uh, 23 hits. 29 hits, 29 hits.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, let me get a fucking calculator. 15, 21, 16. Alright, yeah. As you kind of move to the side and you pull out your claws and just rip into the creature, Sir Yurik, you're the only one really paying attention in this area. He completely disassembles the creature and throws it in multiple different directions.
Well, why didn't you do that earlier?
I believe movement, Conaroth. Anything else?
Yeah, movement to get it to show your pretend to punch, not worth it. Let's see. That was
5 feet of movement. You
I know,
said
I'm-
10, but you can walk diagonals without impeding yourself. So you're at 25 here.
25.
Which I
30.
believe, yeah.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
Alrighty. Prissa, your turn.
Alright, so Prissa seeing the best way to deal with these, because one of them's already in a position where it can't do anything. Another one is as well, but it's still open. This last one here, she's going to use her action to malleable illusion once again in the radius, but instead of lava, it's going to be a kind of iron, not an Iron Maiden essentially, of pure adamantium around this one.
Making rocks come up from the ground. I don't think you can choose what mineral it is.
I mean,
No,
oh,
no,
yeah.
she can. She's a malleable illusion wizard specialist.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's-
this is the reason I nerf it is because you are playing God at this point.
Yeah, so I'm basically I'm doing the same thing I did to the big guy, except on the smaller scale. And so this one is out of the picture for now. And then she's going to point to the one that's getting hypnotically patterned. It's like, let's deal with them one at a time. And that'll be my turn.
Alright, and now you have to head out.
Yep, I have to head out.
Alright, have a good one, man.
At least I ended on, I think, a high note. So
Let's
good
hope
luck,
so.
guys.
That spell lasts for the entirety of this campaign.
It lasts 10 days.
The Lonely. So the only thing I'm confused about is its arm is still at Jimmy. So its arm is still out. So it's just going to use its yeah, it's just going to use its sorrowful embrace. Jimmy, wisdom save.
Does that count as an attack?
No.
Damn.
That sounds about right. You suffer 18 points of psychic damage. And you are pulled all the way up to the creature, which
Unless
is
you
now
wanted to-
shielded in adamantine. All right, that's its turn. The hungry. Oh, sorry. Somebody started its turn within 5 feet of the lonely. Dorzin, you started your turn within 5 feet of the lonely. Wisdom save, Dorzin.
Right. Okay.
You are successful. No damage. All right, now it's its turn. Hungry's turn. Dex save 17, Sir Yurik.
That's a fail.
Fail. All right, please roll your damage again.
Yep. Just finally. Ooh, where's the spell? There we go. So that's 22.
20. Alrighty.
Getting him, guys. We're getting him.
Jimmy! The creature just slams you into the adamantine Iron Maiden as you're still harpooned through your, stomach.
What would be the best tool for severing this connection? Handsaw, blowtorch, shears.
Shears.
Shears. Okay.
Yeah, garden
what type
shears.
Can I make a tool check to extract myself from this?
Yeah, roll in athletics.
There we go. There you go.
What do we get?
9.
Okay.
Unless you want to use your.
You try to get yourself out of it, like you grab the tools and you're trying to chomp against it, but it's although it is a harpoon pulled through you, there is still a section of it that is still moving and gripping closer to you, pulling you tighter. It is still a hand. Bonus action.
That didn't work. Ouch. Just shoot it.
Okay.
And we've got 27. I mean, give it full cover and it's still a 22 to hit.
The thing is, it's not the full cover I'm worried about. It's what is the AC of adamantine? 23.
yeah.
Okay. You pierce through adamantine. Congratulations.
Cool.
Well, I know there is a way to destroy it. It's not an indestructible substance. But
Okay.
I know it's really hard to hit.
And I'm just this arcane cannon shot. It's like one of those air guns. So you just see this hole pierced right through the rock as soon as Ouch lets it go, and 17 force damage.
All right, that hurt it. All done?
That's my turn.
All right. The Lost are dead. Ace.
Wait, Jero.
Yeah?
Question. It's got me pulled in. Can I move? Is there?
You're
still...
grappled.
Okay. There we go. But I can't move.
Ace.
Yeah, I'm just gonna toss a healing word at Jimmy.
Okay. Ooh, yay, it finally happened.
Oh no.
You heal Jimmy?
Say that. Yeah, well, I already said it. So, come on.
Okay.
Quick.
You watch as you begin healing Jimmy that the hungry, this large creature inside of the area, grows slightly in its power and begins slamming forcefully, much more vigorously against the area encasing it.
Oh, son of a bitch. Really?
Good to know.
You heal for 8, Jimmy.
Ooh.
Action, Ace?
I am. You know what? I'm just gonna do dodge. just in case.
Alrighty. You start watching around you, holding your shield.
What's going on?
Sir Yurik.
This area is not difficult terrain, right?
Because of Prissa, there is no difficult terrain for you all, as long as she keeps moving the illusion.
Yep.
Yeah. 1 7th level spell succeeded against an entire forest of difficult terrain. Which is pretty fucking good for a 7th level spell.
Yeah.
Ranger.
Let's see.
Yeah, but then you have to play Ranger, which, I mean, that's even worse.
I like.
Hey, I like Ranger.
You can like it,
Boomstalker all the way, man.
but yes, Ace?
No, someone else is.
Sorry, Sir Yurik. Yes, Sir Yurik?
Yep.
I'm casting Sacred Flame on the remaining one up there.
The one that is illusioned,
Yeah.
or the
yeah,
one
this
in a full-clad casing of adamantine?
the one in the adamantine.
Okay.
I can't target it directly, right?
No, you can't because it's in an Iron Maiden, as Brissa said.
All right.
Isn't it
There is an arm, so yeah, you can try to do that, but its arm will try to dodge.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
13.
All right. Well, let's see here. It's a dexterity save anyway. So,
Yeah, it rolled a 13.
so that's 14.
Jimmy, as the arm is like reeling back in, you see a burst of divine energy against it, and Sir Yurik just staring at it like, huh, that's a lot of adamantine.
Wish I had armor class like that.
Yeah. He does. Like,
All right, I guess that's my turn.
doors in.
Okay. Can I use? I have 3 attacks. Can I use one of them to try to break open a hole so I can actually hit this thing?
There's
You
the
can
arm.
just
Chop the
attack
fucking arm off.
or hit the arm, or yeah, you have a lot of options. But like, just to break a hole through, you might as well just attack because you'll be attacking it. Just right now, since it's in the Iron Maiden, its AC is a lot fucking higher. Or sorry, the Adamantine Maiden.
Right. All right, then I'm just gonna attack the lost or the lonely. 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Yay.
That is 14 points of damage.
Swing number 2.
Okay, let me look at some.
I'm just afraid we'll be approaching nuclear fusion in the force
22 does not break through the adamantine. Just barely.
Attack number 3.
Go for it.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Uh,
Ping, ping, ping. You're having a bit difficulty. Konorov, your go.
All right. 5, 10, 15. Do. Let's kill this guy.
Sure.
1,
Yep.
2.
Yep.
And sure, let's give him a 3rd strike as well.
who do I have to pray to get these numbers?
You have to sell your soul to Asmodeus.
Right. And there's always a weakness. Wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, as you start pummeling into the adamantine contraption that this creature is in, just like the previous one, you rip it to shreds, throwing it everywhere, and like you just reach over to Jimmy on the other side and pull kind of like a loose noodle the other end of the arm through the poking scar in his stomach. Just pull it out.
And then 5, 10, 15, turn.
Hey, Prissa,
Keeps up her illusion, I'm assuming. I don't know.
yeah,
Firebolt. I don't know.
the lonely.
is still fucked.
The Hungry.
Also fucked.
Fuck.
Please roll your damage, Sir Yurik.
25.
25.
Boy got some health.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I'm glad we got him in the boiler.
Jimmy.
Incapacitated is an auto crit. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Oh dear.
All right. I'm gonna finish off this one real quick and level the firearm at him, charge it up, and boom.
Yeah, that's an auto crit.
18, so just double all that. 42 fire damage.
Jesus.
Something like it hot.
However, I believe that breaks it out of the pattern.
Yep.
Yep. So,
And then Ouch moves forward and blasts it back with an arcane shot.
okay.
19.
19 will hit.
13 force, 5 feet back.
It doesn't get to move back because there's a Konaroth there. I'm fairly certain Ouch is not more forceful than Orc.
Oh, it's not Ouch, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, how much damage was it? 13?
13 force.
Alrighty. Right. It's looking hurt.
And that's my turn.
Ace.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a vicious mockery. I know, just to try to get the disadvantage on him. Typically, I have to pay to see a freak show like you, and then I'm going.
Natural 20. Wisdom
Yep.
Bad, none of us can see it.
actually succeeded.
His pride in his freakish appearance.
His freak.
yeah, just
He just responds, at least I'm unique.
yeah.
I am rubber, you are glue.
understand. My chemical is life. Anything else, Ace? You have a bonus.
That's it.
All right, Sir Yurik.
Yep. Sacred Flame on the one up top.
Sure, go.
So 22.
All right, deck save. Okay, now it's rolling like the mango dice does.
Mango.
Great, you got the
20.
mango dice.
Oh yeah, we've had the mango die. I just didn't want to slow down what we were doing because I wanted to make sure Prissa could play. That's why I kind of skipped over like the intro and shit. But yeah, that's some good damage.
And as my final action, I'll just have a look inside the boiler and see if we're about to ignite the atmosphere or something.
Torzin, your turn.
Someone said something about igniting an atmosphere.
Do it.
Flanking with Konaroth, right?
Do it. Yes.
Yeah.
All 3 attacks. I'm just gonna roll all the attacks before damage.
Yeah, hit. Miss. Hit.
I'm gonna have him reroll the crit 1 on the second attack.
I had advantage.
Yeah, he can still make you do that.
I can still make you reroll a 1.
You
So
roll
reroll-
the 1, even if that is the roll we're going with,
Yeah.
he can make you re-roll it.
There you go.
Wow.
3.
All right, so 3 hits. Okay, let me get my calculator.
Never close the calculator, man.
26 plus 11, 37, 40.
How do you want to? Yeah, it's dead. Yeah. As you unleash a torrent of attacks with Pyramaul, you watch as the body collapses to the ground and begins incinerating. And Dorzin, for the first time in a while, you hear Pyramaul speak to your mind. Good boy. Disintegrate our enemies. These foul beasts do not deserve the light.
Yurik?
Is that your turn?
What?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Conaroth, you're like, but I was gonna do that.
And now we wait for cooked monster.
Honestly.
So, unless you guys are going to be dropping the wall of force, the fire, or something like that.
It's dead.
Not necessarily. It can live through this.
It has. I think the wall of fire lasts for another 5 rounds.
Yep. So, I need you to roll 5 instances of damage, and I will make 5 dex saves.
All right.
1 success, 1 fail, 1 fail, 1 fail, 2 success.
All right.
I'm gonna down a healing potion.
Oh, wait. We're retroactively doing all of this shit then. As you begin,
wow, that's a lot of fire.
as you begin drinking your potion,
I don't think it
Conaroth, the creature stares hungrily at you, and the wall of force is no longer large enough to contain it.
Shut up.
Nope. Remember when I tried to heal?
I said it
Jimmy?
got bigger.
Yep.
Never mind. That was your bonus action to drink your potion, Conaroth. And you see the creature just break through the wall of force.
You
Okay.
can break through it?
It cannot physically contain it any longer.
And then it ejects it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be.
It has restraints, physical restraints. Same thing as a tiny hut.
A potion is 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Because I was on the verge of bloodlust.
Yeah. You heal 9.
Yeah.
And you still have your action.
All right. 34.
Does it burst out at the end of its turn?
No, it's when it sees you heal, it gets that
Alright.
invigoration
Any
to
of
it.
that damage then?
Yeah, not yet.
All right.
I tried time jumping, but he said I drink the potion.
Again?
That's a pretty cool ability, I will say. I'm not,
Yeah.
I hate
Hey,
Yeah.
Jimmy, replicate that. I'll strike him twice.
Go for it.
That's...
You miss!
I
Holy
missed!
shit!
Hold on. Is this
18
a
misses.
round? Because if it is,
No,
I
you
see-
haven't had your reaction yet. You just did it for Dorzen. Yeah.
18 misses, okay.
Well, natural 1 misses, but yeah, continue. Hit. Hit.
What's the damage?
20. I moved how many? 40?
Alright. Yeah.
5, 10, 15, because mobile.
Oh, attack of fucking opportunity.
Nope. I
He's
do
got
not.
mobile.
I got mobile.
Oh, never mind. Alrighty, that's your turn.
Yeah.
Krissa, just puts a wall in front of it.
Sure, why not?
The hungry, however, because it is so fucking large now.
That means more of it can get burnt, right?
Well, if it didn't move out of the wall of fire. Hi, Conaroth.
But it did pass through it.
Lava
It
doesn't
did.
hurt.
I will allow that, yes. 1 instance of it passing through, and it failed. Please roll your damage once.
All right. 17.
Okay.
Oh, it's difficult terrain for this guy.
Yeah, it doesn't give a fuck.
It's too big to care.
Okay. First off, Conaroth, it's going to swing 2 claw attacks against
All right.
you. Your size category, medium?
Medium.
22.
Yes.
Okay. The claw sinks up into your stomach and begins lifting you up towards its maw. You suffer 18 points of slashing damage and are now grappled by it.
I'm in bloodlust range now. Okay.
Next, it's going to try to eat you. Natural 20, thanks to advantage. Alright, I need a calculator again.
Shit.
Did you just kill?
I'm going to use warding flare on it.
You have to declare it before I make my attack.
Yeah, I forgot. Damn it.
Okay. It sinks into your stomach, and as it lifts you up towards its maw, it just throws you inside of its hulking mouth. You suffer. You have resistances, so I should break it up, shouldn't I? Are you resistant to piercing that's magical or necrotic?
If it's non-magical, I'm resistant.
Never mind then. 82 points of damage total.
Yeah, I'm down.
And you are now being consumed by this creature.
Oh,
Jimmy, your turn. You watched as it just sunk its fingers into his stomach and threw him down its own throat.
What is that thing doing? Counter up.
It's eating him, and then it's going to eat me.
Ouch is going to fire. Just fire into it. 19.
19 will hit.
11 force. Knocks it 5 feet back, if that matters.
Boop.
No, just the creature, not
Hey.
Kameroth.
No.
Are you... I'm going to just rail off a few shots at this thing and try to I don't know, blast its feet off or something. That's a crit.
That hits.
Nice.
That hits.
Who does that hit?
That also hits.
First one, I mean, is going to have the D8 as well, so that's 11, 8 plus 2, so 13. 13, 22. Come on. 29 fire damage.
Alrighty. As you unleash a torrent of attacks, what's the total damage you dealt this round?
29 from my fire, and for ouch it was 11, so 40.
Okay. On save. That is... Alrighty. As you unleash these torrents of attacks against the creature, it begins getting pummeled and struck all around, and once you're finished, it kind of just heaves slightly, where you notice Conaroth's body just collapse to the ground.
Thank God.
You made him throw it up.
Ouch. Go help him, and ouch is gonna crawl over. That's it.
But the creature is still standing, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Ace.
All right, I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna attempt synaptic static.
Ooh,
On the hungry?
that's a good roll.
Yep.
That is a very good roll. Let me make it have a saving
a
throw.
lot of sixes.
What's its intelligence bonus? It failed. 35 points of damage. Oh, it's looking rough.
And then for my I am now going to do my movement to here. And I'm done.
Goody. Sir Uric.
I'm shouting out to everyone, whatever you do, don't use any healing. And then I'm... Well, how... Does it look like the creature is about to go down, or is it...
Oh, it's looking pretty rough. Its body is ripped apart. There's large holes shooting through it. It is definitely looking very rough.
All right.
Not quite bloodied, but it is rough.
Okay.
Stab.
Yeah, I'm going to cast.
That was a really fucking good synaptic static.
Yeah,
I'm casting Shield of Faith on myself,
Okay.
and I'm going to move over and like stand over Kanroth in a sort of defensive pose.
Okay.
And just trying to draw its attention, I guess. Well, I'm still gonna cast a Sacred Flame.
Okay. Dex save?
Yep.
17.
Miss.
Oh, you mean it failed?
Mm-hmm.
For 17 radiant, how do you want to do this?
Oh. As I move over towards Kanroth, I'm pulling my sword up and just pointing it at the creature, at the same time releasing like a radiant ball of energy just flows through my arm and up the sword and hits it straight in the face, and it just falls backwards.
As the divine glow emanates from your entire essence and you thrust it towards the creature, a spark of energy shoots down upon it where an incineration begins. And all of you watch as its body and essence turns into a glitter sparkling show, glistening and illuminating the territory, though only slightly, all around you. Now,
I go up to Conroth and smack him with a Cure Wounds. You're up to 12.
Wait. At least we don't have to deal with Asmodeus. And then you cure him. Oops.
but anyways. With that happening, I think this is where we're going to be taking a break. I got to use the bathroom real bad right now, so we will be right